Hang on. Didn't I say we were going to wear blue? Has everybody forgotten? Do you remember we agreed we were going to wear blue?
I definitely forgot.
I know. What do linguists do? Linguists listen. Right. So off we go. Lovely. Harris, can you please tell me what my two verb types are?
A, soft, hard.
A, soft, hard. Lovely. Which one did we look at last week?
A, verbs.
We did. All right. So, brilliant. Oh, hang on. Lovely. Good. Excellent. Are we missing someone? Where's Danny? Where's Danny? Bloody hell. I hate having to restart explaining something. I'm very generous with my time and energy, but if people aren't in it, I don't repeat stuff.
I think he was trying to get in. He was sending a message on the WhatsApp.
Yeah. In French, we call that epic fail. I've just sent him a link. Good. Come on, Danny, hurry up. I discovered today that my doctor's has a whole other practice somewhere else, nowhere near where we are. Mary, sorry, but I did speak about that. No, sorry, but she missed week 1. No. I was very clear. Where's Danny? Danny, this is getting me annoyed. Where is he? Danny, come on. Where are you? This is stupid. Where are you? We are waiting.
I'm here.
Oh, he's there. Oh, you can put your cameras on. Oh, you have now got your camera on. Good. Lovely. Right, so have we got everybody? Yes. Good. Sani is joining me in week 3. No, week 4 for pronouns. Right, good. So listen. Soft, hard. The verbs are known as soft, hard. Repeat after me, Harris. Single, soft, plural, hard. Keep your microphones off, people, because you're going to be on and off all the fucking time, and it will just get really annoying for you, and it'll slow the class down. So keep your microphones off, and if anybody in the background makes a noise, just punch them in the throat. Lovely. So could you please say for me? Oh, somebody's got an annoying microphone. Could you please say for me, Harris? Single, soft, plural, hard. Single, soft, plural, hard.
Single, soft, plural, hard.
So that means the top 3 people are going to be soft. The bottom 3 people are going to be hard. Bingo. Who's got an echoey fucking setup? Now I have to play the game and work out who it is. Right, fucking fine. You just have to be lightning fast with microphones. Lightning fast, people. So single, soft, plural, hard. Would you all just say that for me? You don't need to have your microphones on me. You just say single, soft, plural, hard. Let me hear you say it. Let me see you say it. Single, soft, plural, hard.
Single, soft, plural, hard.
Good. What this means is the top 3 people are going to have a soft sound and the bottom 3 people are going to have a hard sound. Let's look what soft and hard means in French. Soft means this. The fucker just keeps carrying on. It just keeps carrying on. And hard. No, Mary, I'm sorry. No, Mary, no.
No.
No, Mary, I told you. No, gave you a chance. No. The hard is when it ends in a consonant. It ends in a consonant. So like vendre, prise, vente. So I'm going to say some words, and one by one, you're going to tell me if I'm saying soft or hard words. Harris. Vent, soft or hard word?
Soft.
Good. Layla. Vendre, soft or hard word? Quick as you can with the microphone. Quick as you can with the microphone. Come on.
Hard. Hard,
Good.
hard, hard.
Mike. Dom. Soft or hard?
Soft.
No. Listen to Auntie Lukey. Dom.
Oh, hard. Sorry.
Are you saying hard because you get it or because I looked pissed off?
No, I heard it. I heard
You
it.
honestly good, lovely. Because if you're just going with the other 50% because I look a pissed off gay, that's not going to work in the future. Shweta. Part. Soft or hard?
Hard.
Good job. Daniel. Part.
Soft.
Good, lads. Right, so soft is what the top 3 people, je, tu, and il, are going to use. If you're in a flat, above you, somebody's walking around, they are making less noise than plural people. Factor out stiletto heels. Okay, so I totally understand that single, soft, plural, hard occasionally goes a little bit wrong because we using en is still plural, but we're going to use the verbs of he and she as we talked about last time. And vous being formal to somebody, yeah, I'm speaking to Layla's director or something. Hello, sir, nice to meet you. Vous, hello, madam. Vous, it's a single person, but obviously because we're using the same French as the vous plural, that's obviously going to be in the hard. So I like to say single, soft, plural, hard, but you could also just say top 3 soft, bottom 3 hard. So je, tu, il, elle, en, soft, nous, vous, hard. Right, let's learn some patterns. Our first classic pattern, and I will ask you this next week, is classic soft hard. Mike, what did I just call it?
Classic soft hard.
And the classic soft hard is when you can literally pick it up from the infinitive. Do this, Miss Shweta. Listen to the sound, my girl, because no visual, we're going to do this on the sound. So if I gave you, Mike, the sound partir, just repeat it back to me. Partir.
Partir.
Lovely. Don't do an Italian r, do a French r. Partir.
Partir.
Good, lad. That is to leave. Right? Question 1, pardon me being patronising, is it an a verb or a soft hard verb?
Soft hard.
Because it don't fucking rhyme in a, does it? It's not something a. Lovely. How much of partir can I say before I bump my big honk into a hard sound? How much of, so I start the word, look at me, I'm flying. I'm like Kate Winslet on the front of the fucking boat. I'm flying through the word partir, partir. How much of that verb can I say, Mike, before I bump into something?
Par.
Good. So that is my soft of partir. Layla, we're back to Kate Winslet. How much of the verb dormir, to sleep, can I say before I bump into anything hard?
Dom.
Good job. Dor. No cheeky mu, because that would be a bit of flows. Dom. Yeah. Layla, what would be the soft of sortir? How much of that can I say before I bump into something?
Sort.
Spot on. And notice she copied the vowel. She didn't go sortir in an English way. She copied the vowel she heard. Brilliant. Shweta, how much of vendre, which is to sell, vendre, how much of vendre can I say before I bump into something hard in the teeth?
1.
Spot on. Spot on. So what then would be the hards? The hards would be when I find the very first thing in my mouth that I hit and I stop there. I don't carry on. I don't give you the rest of the verb because that would basically just be giving me the fucking infinitive. So if I've got dormir, dormir, the hard of the verb, Danny, would be from the beginning, the soft, and then the little cheeky catch. That was the first thing I bumped my mouth into. So Danny, what is the hard of dormir, please?
I am so sorry. I really missed everything because like my internet is really crashing right now. There's people in here. So sorry. I know. Like I just.
Okay, stop talking because it's wasting my time. So basically, I'm going to go again. Listen very fucking quickly. The soft of a verb is as much of the. Danny, if that happens again, will you just put your hand up in the air, please? Yeah, because otherwise I have to repeat myself. The soft of the verb is as much as you can say from the verb without banging your mouth on anything. So, for example, if I've got partir, let's go quickly again. Harris, what's the soft of partir?
Par.
Good. Notice, Danny, I'm not banging. I'm not carrying on. I'm going par because any more would mean banging and closing my teeth and my gums. So I'm staying in a soft sound. I'm staying on a vowel. Par. Mike, if I had vendre, No, let's use rendre to render something. Rendre. What's the soft of rendre?
Rend.
Lovely. Do you see, Danny? I'm not going to bang anything. If I was going to now bring in the hard, I would now do the beginning bit and then bring in the first little bangy noise that I'm going to hear. So später, if I gave you dormir, I now want the hard. That means the soft at the beginning and the first little mouth bit that I heard. Not all of it, just the first bit. What would the hard be of dormir?
Dorm.
Dorm. Can you hear how it ends? Well done. Später, what would be the hard of vendre? Vendre. Now, dre, look at Lukey. Dre is a consonant cluster. That means bag a shit fucking load of consonants altogether. The word cluster contains two consonant clusters, k and l, cl, and s and t, st. So we don't want a consonant cluster. We just want the very first thing that you bump into. So if I gave you vendre, I just want the first bangy bit in the mouth. So what, später, my darling, would be the hard of vendre?
Wand.
Vond. Well done. Layla, what would the hard be of partir? What would the hard be of partir?
Part.
Part, ending in the hard. Danny, what would the hard be of sortir, which is to basically to go out? So partir is to leave and sortir is to go out. Like salir. Okay, so what is sortir? What's the hard of sortir? That's it. So group 1 is classic soft hards. We can hear it from the infinitive. Später, what sound did we stick on a new verb last week? On the end of it, what sound did we stick on a new verb?
Oh.
Nice twang. And also, später, what sound did we stick on a vous verb last week? Spot on. So listen. Je vends, tu vends, il vend, nous vendons, vous vendez, ils vendent. Nous and vous drag you over the hard because they've got a hard ending. The they is just hard. Last week, he eats, il mange. They eat, ils mange. Sounds the bloody same. The only time we had a difference between the he and the they last week was as if we had with Layla and her loving. So il adore and ils adorent. But this week, if we are in a he and we are in a they, we completely fucking hear the difference because he is single soft and they is plural hard. So let's go all the way from the top. Harris, can you do me the verb partir? I leave all the way down to they leave. Single soft, plural hard.
Je pars, tu pars, il part, nous partons, vous partez, ils partent.
Good. Layla, can you do the same with the verb dormir? Soft, 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 hard, hard, hard.
Je dors.
Perfect.
Tu dors.
Perfect. So your top 3 guys are just always going to be the same, aren't they? They're always going to be the same. Yeah. Okay. So je dors, tu dors, he sleeps.
Il dort.
Lovely. Now both the hard and my new ending. What's we sleep? Nous.
Nous dormons.
Spot on. So we've got the dom because it's hard and the on because it's a we, as Shweta told us. Well done. Can you do me the next one, Layla? Vous.
Vous dormez.
Good job. And now this is the one that confuses people because you've got nothing pulling you over the line. Can you go straight to they sleep?
Il dort.
Single, soft or plural hard? Is they single, soft or plural hard?
Plural hard.
Is they single or plural?
Plural.
So am I going to have a hard sound or not?
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
No.
So am I going to hit do or dom?
Oh, il dorm.
Good, but your muscle memory is already liked il dort, which is he sleeps. So
Yeah.
you've got to be saying he sleeps or they sleep. Good. Do one more, we move on. Danny, can you do for me the verb vendre? Vendre? No, let's go a little bit longer. Let's do entendre. No, let's do vendre and entendre. Danny, you can do both. So vendre is to sell, obviously. So could you give me tops of plural hard? Off you go. So je vends.
So je vends.
Why can I hear a hard? Je vends, I can hear a fucking hard. What's the soft of vendre?
Von.
Good, but guys, be interested in vowels because if you go, it's difficult. Je vends. Be interested in vowels. Let me hear. I sell.
Je vends.
That's so much better. You sell.
Tu vends.
That's it. Give me some welly. Give me some energy. Give me some welly is possibly a word a Colombian might have, but welly, bit of gusto, bit of energy. Yeah. Okay. So basically, give
Yeah.
twang, yeah. So je vends, tu vends. What's he sell?
Ils vont.
Nice. We sell. We're in the land of the hard, Danny. Ha ha ha. Let's just get the hard soft joke out the way now because it's the elephant in the room. So okay,
Yes.
so
So,
we
nous vendrons.
good. Vous.
Vous montrez.
No, vous. You've just done a spoonerism. You've swapped the consonants round. Vous vend.
Vous vendrez.
No, no. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Look at me. What was the hard sound of vendre? What was the hard sound?
Vendre.
No, it isn't. Listen to Lukey. I did tell you. I said the very first thing your mouth hits. And I told you not to use the whole combination, the whole cluster. Yeah. Not to use the whole group of consonants. What's the first sound your mouth does when you say dr? What's the very first one you say? Danny, look at Lukey. Say for me dr. Don't think of how it's spelled. Just say dr.
Dro.
What's the first consonant your teeth make in that combination?
Dro.
No, that you give me a group. What's the first one it does?
Sorry, I honestly don't know.
I'm not going to rescue you, fucking ass, so you can do it. Dr. Dr. What's the first one you do? What's the first thing you do? You've got dr. What's the very first thing your mouth does?
Dro.
No, listen to me. Dr. Repeat after me. Dr.
Dro.
Good. What's the first thing your teeth do?
No.
No. Go back to dr. Go back to dr. What's the first thing your mouth does in dr? The very first noise it makes. Duh. Thank you. Duh.
Dro.
Background.
Yeah.
Duh. Okay. So duh. If I gave you, just say for me, duh. Just say duh.
Dro.
Good. Now say dr.
Dro.
Can you see that that's a combination of duh and r? So just yes. So what's the first bit on its own? Thank you. So can you now give me the single I sell, je vends? Single I sell, je vends.
The single.
Yeah, the soft I sell, je vends.
Vends.
With the I, come on, not Spanish. We need a subject. I sell. Come on,
Je vends.
Thank you. Now, can you say for me, we sell? Remember that the hard we're hitting. Off you go. So give me we sell. Nous.
Nous mangeons. Sorry, I just swapped the verb. Sorry.
No, mediocrity is hilarious. Off you go. Nous.
Nous vendrons.
No. What was the sound that we're doing?
Dro.
Why are we saying the r? Has anybody asked you to say the r sound? Has anybody asked you to say that?
No.
So what's it going to be? Nous. So say for me the soft. Say for me vent. Say vent.
Vent.
Now just put the d on the end of it on its own. What sound would that give me?
Vent.
Good. I don't want to fucking hear a r. I don't want a r. I'm telling you, it's the first syllable, the first catch, the first consonant. So what's we sell? Nous vendons.
Nous vendons.
And where's what ending comes? What comes on the end of nous?
Okay. Nous vendons.
Thank you. Can we all fucking hear that vendron is a totally different creature? By the way, people, it also means we will sell. So we'll be using that in a couple of weeks. But we're not doing vendons. All right? Good. I know, fail is hilarious. Carry on. Vous, you sell. Come on, vous.
Vous vendez.
You've got it, not vendre, because that would be using more than one of the cluster. They go straight to the hard. Come on, quickly.
Ils vont.
Hard.
Ils vont.
Thank you. All right. Je vais to end this purgatory for me. Could you do entendre, which is the verb to hear? Danny, not understand, not like entender. It's to hear. Okay. Entendre. Look at Auntie Lucy. Listen. Look at Auntie Lucy. It is also an open mouth, isn't it? Yeah, it's also an open mouth. So what did Layla teach us last week with j'adore? Yeah, I don't want to say Layla's the queen of the open mouth because that's not a nice epithet for any girl, but she's the one that did the open mouth first. So basically, remember what changes we did in the open mouth and who was a pissy little gay all week about making sure that people got those changes because she would need them. So could you please give me I hear, you hear. Yes, the verb is entendre. So off you go, all the way down, my love.
J'attends.
Oh, excuse me.
Tu.
Stand still. The verb is entendre. Would you imitate me? Entendre.
Je entendre.
Attendre is to wait. It's a different verb. We could do it in a moment, but I want entendre. So what's I hear?
Entendre.
What's the soft?
J'attends.
Excuse me.
J'entends.
Stand still. I've told you entendre. I do not want to hear this word pronounced any differently. What's the first syllable?
En.
Thank you. Now, that was delicious. That was dictionary perfect. That was perfect. Stop deciding how we speak French, people, from the consonants. Decide in the vibration. So what's the soft version? Entendre. We've just had vendre becomes vent. So what's entendre going to become? Entendre.
So the first heart I'm hearing is a t. So
Good. Now, yes, sorry, I missed a sentence out. You're completely right. Literally, you're absolutely right. The first thing that we've come into is the t. If it matches another verb, even if there's more, we're going to match it to that verb. So vendre matches entendre. So you're quite right. If you totally assessed entendre in the true sense of the word, it would be Jean. It would stop before the t, wouldn't it? But if we've just said vent, can we just say entend, entendant, entendez, entendre? Yeah. So I know it's tricky. This one's like a bit of a fake classic. But yeah, it was just out of interest to see whether anybody would manage it with a soft. So say to me, j'entends, and carry on down the list.
J'entends.
Tu
entends.
Good. Slide for me, my love. Tu entends. Slide.
Tu entends.
That was marvelous. He.
Il entend. Il entend.
Lukey's going to say this once. Same as I said to Danny. Don't keep stabbing me. Slide on the vowel. Il entend. Slide. Don't. If you go, you cannot join shit together and you will not learn it. Go slowly and slide. Give me he and he hears. Off you go. Il entend.
Il entend.
Good. You went to and then you corrected yourself. Good. Lovely. Mike, could you do me the bottom three? We hear, you, plural hear, they hear.
Nous entendons.
Good.
Vous entendez.
Go to the hard.
Ils entendent.
Good. So that one is, we'll call them classics, and anything else that kind of resembles them. Yeah. And I totally accept if I gave you, Layla, if I gave you descendre to go down, strictly fucking speaking, absolutely right, Schweitzer. The first sound you'd come across would be the s, but it rhymes with the andre. Yeah, so it's going to work like vendre. So Layla, if the soft of vendre was vent, and the soft of rendre was rend, and the soft of entendre was entend, what's the soft of descendre?
Descend.
That's it. Je descends, tu descends, il descend, nous descendons, vous descendez, ils descendent. Good. We're on to our second chapter. People, look at Ontiluki. Our second chapter is called snake verbs. What's it called, people?
Snake verbs.
Snake verbs.
Snake verbs. At the risk of being incredibly patronizing, what noise, if you were in primary school, would you say a snake made? What noise? Lovely. A snake verb is when you're soft as you would read it, and as Schweitzer accurately pointed out, if you literally went to the first stoppage, and it would basically make the verb shit. It would just be too short. It would just be a shit sounding verb. So if I, for example, gave you the sound finir to finish, literally, Layla, literally, what would the soft be if I was going to use my classic method? Like, how much of finir can I say before I hit it? Fi, which is a fucking wank word. Like, fi, it's not even a proper word. So what we do on a snake verb is we go, okay, we're going to generate a new soft. We're going to do something to the infinitive to generate a soft. Somebody tell me what sound, I don't want to hear a letter, what sound has been removed here? Here's my infinitive. Finir. And here's my soft. Fini. One more time. Choisir. Choisi. To obey. My favorite verb. Obéir. Obéir. Finir. Fini. Anybody want to tell me what sound we've taken off to make the soft? Well done, Shveta. Big, big, big hand clap. Because everybody always says to me, ear. You've taken off the ear. No, you haven't. What's finir without the ear? Fin. Yeah. Well done, Shveta. Everybody gets that wrong. So what we've done to generate a soft is we've just removed the r. So Shveta, if I gave you the verb to choose and it was choisir, what would the short form of choisir be? What would the soft form of choisir be?
Choisi.
Lovely.
Choisi.
Harris, if I gave you finir, let's do the classics. If I gave you finir and I asked you to let's do another one. If I gave you fournir, the verb to supply, like internet, fournir, what would the soft form be?
Fourni.
Lovely. So we're going to do top three soft, fourni, fourni, fourni. Now we need a hard. Oh shit, bollocks, pants. We haven't got any hards left because we've just used the word one at the end. We can't use the N in the middle of the word because we've just ignored it. We've just jumped over it. So what did I tell you these verbs are called, Harris? What kind of verbs are they?
Snake verbs.
So that's going to be our new hard. We're going to go fini, fini, fini. Harris, can you now come in with my hard of the snake noise? You might go, Luke, ain't exactly the fucking hardest concept. But it is in French, isn't it? Because it's a mouth closed and a con. So Harris, can you then give me the nous, then the hard, and then my ending that I need for a nous, the vous, then the hard, and my ending I need for a vous, and my in, and then just the hard. So could you have a go for me, Harris, doing I finish all the way down to they finish from the top, please?
Nous. From je.
Yeah, but no, yeah, from je.
Je finis.
Oh, look at me, look onto Lukey. I'm looking for slide. I'm looking for twang. Je finis. I'm looking for different parts of your body vibrating. I ain't looking for je finis. All right, Delboy, you're right, Rodney. Yep, je finis. I'm looking for the slide sound. Waiting for it.
Je finis.
That was fucking great. We just take a pause and say, well done, Harris. That was Harris is trying to find his vibration here and here. Layla is at a busy party in Paris and some ignoring. She wants to get her voice across so she can be seen and she can network for the role she deserves. If she in the throat, nobody will hear her. Je will hear her. It also allows her to bring in this luxury, velvety, gorgeous voice that she's got because she's vibrating. All right? Lovely. So go again from the top, vibrate like Lauren Bacall all the way down from there.
Je finis, tu finis, il finit, nous finissons, vous finissez, ils finissent.
Do you see what we've done, Danny? Do you see what we've done? We got rid of the r, and it gave us fini. That's our soft first three. Fini, 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 and then we added the s and the on, the s and the a, and then the s. Danny, could you do top six? Sorry, or top three, bottom three. Could you do all of them for me, please? And could you do it on the verb choisir? This is a little trick because the bit in the middle is a z sound. Choisir, like a z. And the bit we're adding is a s sound. Yeah. So in some languages, when we teach this, we say z is like an insect and s is like a snake. So I need you, Danny, to go via the insect into the snake on the bottom three. So your infinitive, your two form, Danny, is choisir. Could you give me I choose, you choose, he choose, all the way down, please?
Mm-hmm. The verb is choisir.
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 Yeah, so what's I choose? Up you go, je.
Okay, je choisis.
Stand the fuck still. I've just spent 5 fucking minutes telling people what sound we remove from these verbs. What sound did we go from finir to fini? What sound did we get rid of? I'm now giving you choisir. Will you now do the same fucking thing? What do I get if I've got choisir and I remove the r? What am I left with?
Je choisis.
Thank you. Carry on. Tu
choisis.
Thank you.
Il choisit.
Good. Now I bring in my snake. Danny, remember what noise a snake makes. And I still need my new ending that Shveta is the expert on. So we choose. So if you go nous.
Nous choisissons.
No. What was the soft word you've just given me? What was the soft word you've just given me? What was the soft of choisir? What was I choose? Je choisis.
Je choisis.
Great. Say choisi. This is what I was saying to Shweta in the week. Do sound maths. Add sound. What sound are you adding for the snake noise, Danny? So say choisi, then say the se, and what would that give me?
Choisisson.
It's lovely. And now what sound do I need on the end for nous?
On.
So why don't you put those three things together?
Nous souciassons.
And the fuck still. Nous sus means we, and then half of the verb to suck. Go the fuck back. Nous, come on, the verb is choisir. Adapt, absorb. What's the soft of choisir? What's the soft of choisir? One more time. You've done it to me already.
Sure.
What are you doing? No, I'm going to get cross. Look at me. Look at me. Get rid of the re. Finir, remove the re. What have I got left?
Yeah.
No, don't say yeah, because you fucked it up. What's finir without the re? What's finir without the re? What is it?
Fini.
Gorgeous work, a gorgeous accent. What's choisir without the re? What's choisir without the re?
Choisis.
Thank you. Now, don't fuck up. They're my first three. So say for me, I choose, you choose, he chooses, all the way down. Off you go, je.
Je choisis.
Good. Tu. Come on.
Tu.
The first three or the first three are the same. Yeah. Stop visualizing, stop visualizing, stop visualizing. Stop reading. The first three are the same. Tu.
Tu choisis.
Good. He.
Il choisit.
Good. Now you're still gonna say, people, you're still gonna say those sounds. You're still gonna use those softs. You're just gonna add the hard bits. What's the hard sound that we're adding, Danny? So what's we choose? Nous fuck. What the fuck? I don't understand. What's the soft you've just said? What's the soft of choisir you've just said?
Choisis.
Great. So fucking say that again.
Nous choisis.
You stop saying chouchwa. What the fuck? What fucking weird Latino shit is this? Just say for me choisi. Just say choisi.
Choisis.
Now put the se on the end of it. Choisis.
Choisis.
Good. Now put the on the end of it.
Choisissons.
Fuck me. Thank you. Now go back and do the same with the vous. Sound, sound, sound. Don't read. When things go wrong, people are reading. I'm not fucking dumb. What's the soft of choisir? One more time. What's the soft?
Choisis.
Good lad. What's the hard I need for a snake verb?
Z.
No, that's no.
Hey.
Thank you. And then the vous choisissez, and they just the first two bits, not the third bit. What's they? Let me see if Shweta's listening. Shweta, what is they choose?
Ils choisissent.
Thank you. All right. So that is snake verbs, people. We're on to our next. Hang on, right, we're back. Sorry, we're on to our next category. Harris, what were our two categories so far?
Classic, soft, hard, and snake verbs.
Good. Thank you. Our third category. Weird and easy. Because I'm weird and Danny's easy. Lovely. So what is weird and easy about it? Listen to the verbs. The noun form of the verb is action, apart from suction, which is sucer. Je suce, tu suces, il suce, which Danny's trying to fucking say with choisir. So the soft of these verbs is going to do exactly the same thing because the the verb form is going to be like ouïr, conduire, traduire, to translate, déduire, to deduce, séduire, to seduce, produire. Yeah, Danny, like producir, conducir. Yeah, traducir. Yeah, so these verbs are ouïr. Okay, or ser if you're Latino. Yeah, so basically, conduire, like weird, like Luke, you're a weird fucker. Produire. If I gave you, Shweta, produire, to produce, D-U-I-R-E, people, D-U-I-R-E, don't even worry how it's spelled. If I asked you once again, because it's not going to be pro, It's not going to be a classic soft hard. Once again, Schweitzer, can you remove the h? What soft would I get from the verb produire, to produce, if I remove the h? What soft would I be left with? Here's my original. Listen. Produire. Could you remove the h at the end once again, like you did with snake verbs? What would you be left with?
Produire.
Listen. Produire. I need it, just the h removing. What would I be left with?
Produit.
That's better. All right.
Produit.
If I gave you, Layla, réduire, to reduce, réduire, and I'm just removing the h, what soft would I be left with, Layla, for reduce?
Réduire.
Without the h on the end, the soft.
The h sounds like it's in the middle of that word a little bit.
There's one in the beginning, réduire. Yeah, there's one at the beginning, but we're keeping that bastard, but we're getting rid of one at the end. So, all right, then let's do one without a h. So if I gave you déduire, what's déduire, which is to deduce? What's déduire without the h on the end?
Déduire.
Déduire, yeah, déduire.
Okay.
Mike, if I gave you conduire, to drive or conduct, conduire, and I asked you to get rid of the h, what would the soft be?
Conduit.
Good. What you're hearing, people, is known as a diphthong. It's two vowels together. Finir, fini. That's one vowel. I. Ui is two vowels together. Conduire. You already know a diphthong. Je suis, which is I am or I follow. Yeah, je suis. Yeah. Ui, two vowels. The word Louis, him, lui. Yeah, we've got vowels together sometimes. So conduire. Get rid of the h. What am I left with, Mike? What's the short form?
Of conduire?
Yep.
Conduit.
Good. Say it for me with twangs.
Conduit.
Gorgeous. It went from shit pants to gorgeous. Gorgeous. Lovely. Now I want weird and easy. Where does the easy come in? Earlier, Danny reminded us at length that it was for snake on the snake verbs. On weird and easy, all we're going to add in is a zzz. We're now adding in that fucking insect noise. Weird and easy. So have a go for me, Harris. No, you did the first three, six the last time. Mike, could you please give me I drive all the way down to they drive? Your verb is conduire. It is a weird and easy verb.
Je conduis. Tu conduis. Il conduit. Nous conduisons. Vous conduisez. Ils conduisent.
So we're taking our verb, conduire. It's not a classic soft hard because as Schweitzer would tell us, that would give me con. That would give me con because we'd stop it for conned. So we go, okay, no needing to panic. We're going to make it a soft because Lukey's all about the soft and the hard. We're going to rip off the h. Conduire. Without the h is conduit. Conduit. Yeah. And then we go, fine. Conduit, conduit, conduit. Our hard that we stick on, when we stick it on, is going to be the, like a Z sound, not an S sound. Conduisant, conduisez, conduise, because the they is a hard. So lovely. So Danny, could you please do for me? I might be dead by next week, people. The verb that I want you to do for me, Danny, is réduire, to reduce. There's obviously a h at the beginning of the verb. You are welcome to make that big, réduire, or you're welcome to make that small, réduire, like the word red in English. Both are acceptable, réduire. Yeah, but what I'm interested in is the conjugation. So what's I reduce, you reduce, all the way down to they reduce. Off you go, Danny.
J'ai réduit.
Good lad.
Tu réduis.
Good lad.
Il réduit.
Good. Now, this is weird and easy. I need to hear the audible difference. I don't want to hear a fucking snake. I do not want to hear a snake. We reduce. Nous.
Nous réduisons.
Thank you. Keep it z, not z. That's it. Réduisons. Vous.
Vous réduisez.
Good, but I don't need double every. I need. Yeah. You're a well-brought-up young lady, but imagine that you were a terrible, terrible little shit as a teenager. Imagine that you were standing on a bridge and you were going onto the trains below. Terrible. That is where the French R comes from. Here's another little hint. Right, guys, breathe for a second. This is how to do a French R. French R is always attached to a vowel, either after the vowel or before the owl. Before the owl. There's no fucking owls. This is not Harry Potter. Danny, could you just say for me U? Just do the vowel U. 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 Good. That was absolutely perfect. Now go to say U again. Aim for the U, and as you go to drive the car out the garage, I want you to scrape on the R, but your body is going straight for the U. Rue. So don't go U, aim for the U and just happen to say the R. Go on. Rue.
Rue.
There you go. Now aim for the A. Say for me A. Say A.
Ah.
Now aim for the A. Go straight for the A. Say Ra.
Ra.
Perfect. Now say E. Go straight for the E. Say Re.
Re.
That was gorgeous. Yeah. Now do it the other way around, Danny. Now put a consonant on the end of a vowel. So say for me U.
Ru.
No. Just say U. Just say U.
U.
Good. Now go ur and catch on the end.
Ur.
Lovely, like the word pure, like Luke. Luke is pure. Pure. Yeah. Not pour, which is for. Yeah. Pure. Lovely. Danny, could you say for me A, and put the R on the end of the A?
Ah.
Thank you. Could you now say for me E and put the R on the end of the E?
Ir.
Lovely. Could you now do me, because I'm a cunt, could you now do for me R at the beginning of the E and at the end of the E? Rire.
Rire.
Lovely. That's perfect. If it weren't for the epic fucking fail on the snake verb, I'd be really impressed. Well done. That's the verb to laugh. Rire. Okay. So you don't need to do that much scrape, people. It's entirely up to you. There's some accents that do it really nicely. I think it sounds super sexy on like a Parisian woman. You know, I think it sounds really nice, but you don't have to obsess about it. And you certainly don't let it get in the way of you speaking. Good. Lovely. So we've got nous réduisons, vous réduisez. What is they reduce, Danny? The last one, the they. Danny, is they single soft or plural hard? They, single soft or plural hard?
They soft.
Danny, they, single soft or plural hard? They.
Is it single? Is it they
réduit? Danny, look at Antiluki. They, ellos. Is that single or plural?
Plural. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't know. So single, soft or plural hard? Single. So is they single, soft or? All right. Let me. What else did I give you as an alternative? Top 3 soft, bottom 3 hard. Is they in the top 3 or the bottom 3?
Top 3. Bottom 3.
But you're just saying that because I'm a pissed off gay. Will you just run through the order of people? Je, tu, il, nous, vous.
Bottom 3.
Danny, there's a time in life when you need to decide if you're top or bottom. And my love, you're in a mess. So il, is it they with an S on the end? Is it top or bottom? They.
Bottom.
Thank God. So does that mean it's single? So shut up, Luke. Does that mean it's soft or it's hard?
Hard. Soft. I don't know. Hard. I don't know. No. I didn't want to say that.
Danny, look at me.
Hard.
You have 2 problems. One is that you're a cunt, and 2 is that I know where you live. They're both problems. They're both problems for you. Single, soft, plural, hard. Repeat.
Single, soft, plural, hard.
Does they, ellos, los dos hombres, 2 men, are they a single, soft, or a plural, hard?
Plural, hard.
So will the verb have a soft ending, or will it have a hard ending?
Hard ending.
Thank motherfucking Jesus. So would you now say for me, they reduce, which will have a hard ending? They reduce. Il
réduire.
Stand still. What's the category of this verb called? Weird and what's the category I gave you for this verb? Harris, what's this verb called? Weird and
easy.
Weird and easy.
Easy. To
remind you that it goes zzz. All right. So you've just done. Nous. Layla, could you remind me? Could you give me we reduce, you reduce, please? So what was we reduce? Nous réduit.
Nous réduisons.
Good. So did you hear what the hard sound was? It was nous réduisons. All of the bottom 3 are going to have the same hard because that's how the method works with Luke. and your subjunctive and your imperfect next week, you'll find that it just goes, que je réduise, je réduisais. This soft hard shit is going to give you all of the imperfect instantly, and it's going to give you all of the subjunctive instantly. It's not me just being annoying. It's going to give you so much stuff. So nous réduisons. Layla, what was you plural reduce? Vous réduisez. Great. They reduce. Go straight to the hard, Layla. Ils
réduisent.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So Danny, I need. Always left. Don't worry. Think he's gone because he can't do it, or think he's got a signal problem? He'll need to join. I don't care. Next one. We're moving on.
Well, Luke, I had a question.
What's your question, my love?
So, je rire, to laugh. Is it going to be the?
It is a tense.
Is it going to?
It's a group we've not yet done. It is a tense we've not yet done. Yeah, okay. It is a tense we've not yet done. Okay, it's a tense we've not yet done. Right. So, but we are doing today. Yeah? Okay. So moving on. We're now doing what is known as prendre verbs. Would you please repeat after me? Prendre verbs.
Prendre verbs.
Right. Any verb that we've previously done withendre, we went to en. On, on. Do you agree? That is completely going to be the case for all verbs in French unless they contain prendre. If they contain the sound prendre, you can't do that. You have to do something else. If they contain prendre in full, you do something else. And it's really, really dumbly easy to remember. Prendre means to take. So you have taken away the de. You have taken away the de. So you will say, Layla, what's the soft of prendre in the classic normal way? What's the soft of prendre?
Prends.
Good. So je prends, tu prends, il prend, people. You want to say with every fibre of your being, nous prendons. But you can't. Yeah, you can't. So we're going to say nous prenons. We're just using the ne, the N that was there. It's the only consonant we've got left. Nous prenons, vous prenez, ils prennent, rhyming with ben, ten, men, zen. All right? So je prends, tu prends, il prend. In comes the ne. Prenons, prenez, prennent, rhyming with ben, ten. Lena, as simple as it is, would you just say those six back for me, please?
Sure. Je prends.
Good. Good. Really good. But knowing where I'm going to get you, can you make sure that you do an absolute slide between the two vowels? Je prends.
Okay. Je prends.
Yeah.
Tu prends.
Good. Now I don't mind the speed, but make sure it's tu prends. Make sure it's got the motorbike coming around the corner. Je prends. Tu prends. Have you go?
Je prends. Tu prends. Il prend.
Good. Nous
prenons.
Good. Good.
Vous prenez.
Good.
Ils prennent.
Prennent. Good. Danny, listen, this is the bit you've missed. We're now in a new category called prendre. Prendre means to take. Like literally like tomate, like literally to take. You'll go, Luke, that sounds like vendre. I know that shit, Luke. Vend, vendant, vendez, vend. If your verb in French is anything to do with prendre, prendre, apprendre, to learn, comprendre, to understand, méprendre, to mistrust, reprendre, to take back. If it's got prendre in full, then it goes like this, Danny. Harris, why don't you show us what it does? So what's I take?
Prendre.
So what's I take?
Je prends, tu prends.
Go slowly for Danny because he's just learning it for the first time. Tu
prends. Il prend.
So pause, Danny. So normally if it's prendre, it's just going to be the top three normal. Je prends, tu prends, il prend. Instead of saying prendons, which is what we want to say, we're going to go to the ne. We're going to go to the ne. Nous, Mike, could you give me the bottom three?
Nous prenons.
Nous prenons, vous
prenez,
and ils
prennent.
Good. So Danny, we have prendre. Je prends, tu prends, il prend. Normal soft hard. prends. We don't go to the hard. Normal soft. Single person soft. Top 3 soft, Danny. Top three no mouth. Top 3 no mouth. Je prends, tu prends, il prend. Nous prenons. Yeah, N, yeah, nous prenons. Vous prenez. Ils prennent. Rhymes with 10. Schweitzer, could you do this verb for me with the word apprendre, which is a verb which starts with a vowel. Apprendre.
J'apprends.
Good.
Tu apprends.
Good. Now that was
Il
very nice
apprend.
vowel sliding. That was very nice vowel sliding. Tu apprends. Can I remind you, people, that when you start speaking slang, you will hear t'apprends. You will hear that, but it's not nice for the moment. So je apprends becomes j'apprends. Tu apprends. I need to hear the slide between the vowels. And Schweitzer, you gave me that beautifully. You gave me that beautifully. All right. He learns.
Il apprend.
I just said
Il
that.
apprend.
No,
Il
no.
apprend.
Slide between the vowels.
Il apprend.
That's it.
Yeah.
See the difference? Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. I can't hear. Il apprend. That's English. Il apprend. Let me hear it.
Il apprend. Il
Gorgeous.
apprend.
That's it.
Nous apprenons. Nous apprenons.
That's better. Nous apprenons.
Nous apprenons. Vous apprenez. Ils apprennent.
Apprennent. Lovely. Danny, if I gave you comprendre, so what, Danny, was the soft of prendre? It was just je
prends.
Good. If I gave you comprendre, I totally acknowledge, like Schweitzer said earlier, oh, well, hang on, Luke, if you were literally looking at that verb from the beginning, but we've recognized the pattern in it. It contains prendre. So it needs to work in the same way. We call this obviously like, you know, a prefix, a prefix, yeah? So you recognize it's going to do the same thing. So if prendre becomes je prends, what's comprendre going to be? Je
comprends.
Good. Now the top 3 are going to be the same. So give me the first 3. Je comprends, tu.
Je comprends. Tu comprends. Il comprend.
Danny, look at Auntie Lukey. Look at Auntie Lukey. Single, soft. Do I allow any consonant in the top 3? Do I allow any teeth? No. So is it comprendre or comprend?
Comprend.
Don't read. Schweitzer got her bum smacked in the week for reading. Don't read.
No, not reading.
Sound. Don't go comprendre. You're thinking of comprendre and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to use that little bit of comprend. That's the sound I want. The soft. The top 3 can be carried on. That's how you know they're in the top 3. Je vends. Je pars. Je dors. Je réduis. Yeah, the top 3 can carry on. So say the top 3 for me again, Danny. Je prends. Sorry. Je comprends. Tu comprends. Il comprend. Your mouth stays a bit open. Go on.
Je comprends.
Good.
Tu comprends.
Good.
Il comprend.
Good. When we had we take, we didn't say nous prendons. What did we say, Danny? What was it we take? Nous
prenons.
Thank you. We made the focus the N. So instead of saying nous prenons, can you now say we understand? Nous comprenons.
Nous comprenons.
Thank you. Nous comprenons. Vous comprenez. It's going to rhyme with 10, Danny. What's they understand? Ils comprennent.
Ils comprennent.
Flawless. Well done. So far, Harris, which categories have we had?
Excuse me. We had regular, soft.
We had classic.
Classic, soft. Snake, weird and easy.
Yeah.
And
prendre.
Yeah.
Good. Mike off. Well done, good man. Next up, we've only got a couple more to do. We're doing really well. Next up, and this is literally how the imperfect works. If you just want to do the was tense, which we'll do next time, we do more than 1 tense next time. We do 4 tenses next time. But you literally go, what's we go out? Nous sortons. So I was going out, sortons, take off the on, sortez. We reduce, nous réduisons. I was reducing, knock off the on, réduisons, réduisez. Yeah, I was finishing, nous finissons, knock off the on, finissez. Oh, there you go. Subjunctive. Luke wants me to finish. Luke veut que je finisse. Hard. Luke veut que je réduise. Hard. Luke veut que je prenne. Hard. Yeah, this soft hard shit is not me being an annoying git. It really isn't. It's going to absolutely at speed get you to the subjunctive and the imperfect. It really, really, really will. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. All right, good. But you're learning to listen to sound, and I get that that's different. All right, good. So I totally get how hard it is. I totally do. But once it's in, and it's fine, and it's safe, and you can understand people saying it. I promise you. Right, next category. So you should be excited when there's a new category. You should be like, right, let's listen to this fucker. Let's get this in one. Our next category is what we are going to call verbs. Because as Schweitzer correctly pointed out, sometimes verbs in their infinitive, have a r in them. Now, if we've got a r in an a verb, we don't care. Schweitzer, what's the short form of montrer? So that's got a in the middle of it. What's the short form of that in an a, which is an a verb? Remove the a, what would I be left with?
Montre.
Montre. The big mistake everybody makes in French is like when you go into the future, like I will show, they'll say like je montrerai. Eh bien, je montrerai, as we'll do next week, because you've already got a r. Harris, what's the verb to prefer? Copy me, préférer.
Préférer.
What's the short form of préférer? Not coffee. What have I got?
Préfère.
Préfère. You check the accent around, but yes. So we're quite comfortable with verbs in the A family being r. We're quite comfortable with that. There are indeed a few verbs in the soft hard family that do like a r. Courir, to run. Je cours, tu cours, il court, nous courons, vous courez, il court. Soft being hard. Soft and hard. That's fine. But most of them go, don't like that. Don't like that. So we normally swap the r for either a z sound, which you are all expert in, or a v sound. So let's do Harris. So Harris, could you give me the verb to read? Lire.
Lire.
Question 1. Is it a soft hard verb or an a verb?
Soft hard.
Great. What as it currently stands is the soft of lire.
Lis.
Je lis, tu lis, il lit. Don't say lit because it sounds like you're trying to say leaf. Say lit with a twang.
Lis.
Good, that was bloody wonderful. Could you say for me, je lis, tu lis, il lit?
Je lis, tu lis, il lit.
One of those subjects was shitter than the other two. Which one do you think you could find more vibration on?
Tu.
There you go. Did you hear it? Good job.
Yeah.
Well, my only advice long term, because guys, I fucking swear to God, I will get everybody in this group to fluent. I swear to fucking God, but you have to trust me. One of my pieces of advice long term, do not overuse the lips to achieve the vowel. As I am talking to you now, because I'm explaining concepts, you see, but in French, you do not see the teeth much. Don't go je lis to achieve the vowels. Look, je lis, tu lis, il lit. Don't be obsessed with using teeth to find the vowels. Good. So if the verb was lire, you'd be tempted to use the hard and go liront, lire, lire. But we don't do that most of the time. On this occasion, we're going to use a z. We're going to use a z. So what's we read? Harris, nous
lisons.
Good. Vous.
Vous lisez.
Are we saying lisez or lisez?
Lisez.
That's it. I keep telling you, ant and snake is very important. They read il.
Ils lisent.
Lise or lise?
Ils lisent.
Good. Lise is like Schweizer's hair, Layla's hair. Smooth. Lise means smooth. All right. Good. Lovely. Mike, the verb to write is écrire. Let me hear you say it.
Écrire.
Lovely. Literally. So what's the, just knock the r off, you picked up the pattern now. What would the top 3 be?
J'écris.
Mm-hmm.
Tu écris.
Mm-hmm.
Il écrit.
Great. Because it's écrire, if we were doing it properly, we go écriront, écrirait, but we're not. This time it's going to be a v. So could you please say for me, we write?
Nous écrivons.
Vous
écrivez. Ils écrivent.
Great. Little nod to next week. Nous écrivons. I was writing. écrivons, not copy on, écrivez, j'écrivais. It's that simple. Yeah? Lovely. Harris, no, Layla. To say, dire. All but one will work the same as lire. So it's going to go to the. So could you give me the top three? I say, you say, he says, please.
Je dire,
That's yeah. So what's the soft of dire?
dit,
That's it. Can you hear she's saying D? She's not saying D. D would be like Layla. What letter comes after C? D. She's not saying D. She's saying D. There's everything in your bodies to sound French. Everything in your bodies to sound French. Off you go. So I say, you say, he says, all the way down.
j'étais, tu dis,
Mhm.
il dit.
That's fucking badass good. That's good. Now, in the same way, you're tempted to go, right, dire, so diront. But no, because it's a r. So like I said, the same as with read, we're going to go to z. So could you please say for me, we read? Oh, we say, nous dit.
Nous disons.
Great. You want to say vous disiez, but it's vous dites with the T-E-S, vous dites. Don't panic about this now. I know Shweta's brain will be going into overdrive. This is from the literary, archaic Latin book tense, where we use a T form for the vous. You've already seen people T verbs for the vous. Vous êtes, you are. Yeah. Vous faites, you do. Yeah, you've come across that shit. Yeah. Vous dites. It's an archaic throwback to the passé simple. Yeah, which is, well, it's two things. It's to the conjugations that we used to have in Latin, and also the fact that it's preserved in the passé simple. So basically, in a book, I spoke, you spoke, he spoke. Je parlais, tu parlas, il parla, nous parlâmes, vous parlâtes, ils parlèrent. You could go your whole bloody life in France and never ever even use that tense unless you read a book. We will do it because this is me, and I've got massive, massive, massive goals for this group. Yeah. So basically, if you think about it, Danny, like everything that you would literally use, el pretérito, that's literally just for books. That's just for books and very formal speech. Yeah, it's like Danny, every single time in spoken French, you wanted to say like, has hablado versus hablaste, you will always say has hablado. You will always do that. You will never go the short form, the short part, the simple part. We use that very, very, very formally and for books. But that has given us vous dites. So je dis, tu dis, il dit, nous disons, vous dites, back to fucking normal, ils disent. Back to normal, ils disent. So could you just say that for me, please, Layla? Could you just say, je dis, tu dis, il dit, nous disons, vous dites, ils disent.
J'ai dit, tu dis, il dit,
Mm-hmm.
nous dit-on.
Disons, yeah.
Disons, dit-on.
Disons. I told you everything.
Disons, pardon. Nous disons, vous dites.
Vous dites, just vous dites.
Vous dites.
Yeah.
Ils disent.
Good. So Layla's got two things to remember. So she was right to assume it was going to be an A for the vous. It's not an A. So yes, it changes to a T, and there's no A. There's no A. Yeah. So I can see why you did that. No one has ever done that before. That's actually quite smart. We don't need the A. It's just literally vous dites. D-I-T-E-S.
Okay.
We just say dit. We just say dit. The the. So let me make one thing really, really clear. If your word starts with an S in French, you pronounce it like an S. If your word starts with an S, you pronounce it like an S. So sortir starts with an S. If in the middle of your word there is a single S, then that is Danny's insect. Z. Like pose, to pose, to put. Yeah. If you have two S's in a word, in the middle of a word, that is pronounced like Danny's snake. Pousser, P-O-U-S-S-E-R. So if you hear a S in the middle of a verb, it's two S's. If you hear a Z in the middle of a verb, it's one S, which will give you a Z sound. That doesn't mean to say that we don't have words in French with a Z, but it's just more commonly, that's what's going on. So if you are hearing disons, how many S's does that mean I've got there, Layla? One or two?
One.
That's it. Lovely. So that's our irregular. So Shweta, can we go to d'écrire, which is just to write with the D up its ass? So you've just heard écrit, 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 écrivons, écrivez, écrive. Could you go exactly the same 6 again? Could you stick a d up its ass? And could you give me I describe, you describe, you know?
Je
Yeah.
décrivais, je décrive, tu décrives, il décrive, nous
Still. If I were to ask Danny, single, soft, plural, hard, he would know what that means now. Single, soft. Single, soft. Do I hear?
Je décris, je décris,
Mhm,
tu
mhm,
décris,
mhm,
il décrit, nous décrivons,
mhm.
vous décrivez, il décrive, il décrive.
Danny, your subjunctive in Spanish is easy in a different way, like ar goes to er. In French, it just all goes to hard. So hypothetically, if you said, I want to describe the situation, je veux que Schwetter décrive. So everything you've just done that's hard, Danny will get this from subjunctive because he's a Spanish speaker. Everything you've just done that's hard, Danny, like je vends instead of je vende, je sors instead of je sorte, tu sors, tu pars instead of tu partes. When you want the subjunctive, yeah, you know, quiero que lo hagas, you'll just go, je veux que tu partes, je veux que tu sortes. We'll use this hard when we get to the subjunctive. The rest of you might not know what the subjunctive is yet, all right? So this is why the soft and the hard shit is so fucking important. Right, we're almost there. Shweta, could you remind me the categories that we've done so far?
Classic soft hard, snake, weird easy, prendre, to take verbs, and the r.
Good. Danny, could you give me a classic soft hard? So one of the verbs that we did that was just right at the beginning where you can tell what it's going to do just from the infinitive. Any verb that we did at the beginning that was a classic soft hard. Vendre.
Vendre.
Danny, can you give me the first verb that we learned in a snake verb? What was the one that we learned in the snake verb?
Finir.
Spot on. Could you give me one of the verbs that we did that was the weird and easy, which is pretty much like a snake? We just used ze, not se. One of those. What was to drive?
Conduire.
Conduire. Yeah.
Conduire.
Good. Danny, can you give me the verb to say that was in our r verbs? Oh no, sorry, Danny, I apologize. What was the verb to take from? And this was the name of the category. What was the verb to take? It was prendre. Give me more sense, Danny. Prendre, go longer. Prendre.
Prendre.
That's it. Go longer. That's it. And Danny, what was the verb to say that was in our r family? What was the verb to say? Dire.
Dire.
Good.
Dire.
Here's a little hint, people. If your verb isn't an A verb, the infinitive will always have a r sound. Pouvoir, voir, dire, décrire. Yeah? Venir. If your verb doesn't end in an A, it will have a r audibly. Yeah? Toucher, to touch. Caresser, to caress. You know, embrasser, to kiss. You know, pouvoir, to be able to. R. Voir, prendre. You know, vendre. It will have a r sound in the infinitive without fail. Without fail. Without fail. All right? Good. Final 2 categories. And then we're free. We're going to do, this will be more familiar to Danny than other people. We're going to start looking at a couple of verbs where the nous and the vous mess the shit up. Or rather not really. The nous and the vous actually work correctly. So we're into something that we're going to call twisters. Twisters is when we are going to change the stem. To be a boring old teacher, we call it change the stem. So Danny will be ridiculously familiar with this because there are verbs, and then you'll go to conjugate them, and you'll end up having totally different beginnings of verbs in Spanish, you know, than the rest of the nosotros and the vosotros. I know you don't tend to use vosotros, but you'll literally will change the beginning of the verb from the infinitive The nous and the vous will match the infinitive, but everybody else you've twisted. You've fucked it up. You've changed it. And this is the category of verbs that we're now starting to have a little look at. But they're still soft, hard. So the endings will still be soft and hard in the right places. We just have to have a little fuck around with the first bit. So, Layla, any ideas what the verb, when you say to want, any ideas what the infinitive, what is to want? Any idea what that verb is? It doesn't matter if you don't know, but what is it?
I just know it's vous.
Right, so exactly. So the verb is, the infinitive is vouloir. Just say to me, vouloir.
Vouloir.
Lovely. 2 questions, Layla. If I was treating it like a classic, what would the soft be of vouloir? How much of vouloir can I say before I bump into something?
Vu.
Spot on. And when I do bump into something, Layla, what would the hard sound be? Vouloir. What's the first hard sound I bump into?
Zl.
Spot on. So if I were treating it classically, it would go je vous, tu vous, il vous, nous voulons, vous voulez, il voule. Do we all agree that is what it would be if it was classic soft hard? Yeah? Likewise, Harris, if I gave you pouvoir, the verb to be able to, what should the soft be of pouvoir?
Pou.
Good. So it's not this, because you falsely conjugate the verb to be able to in that rule.
Je peux, tu peux, il peut, nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils peuvent.
Great. Lovely. Mike, the verb to have to is devoir. Now, notice, Danny, when we say to have to, you're used to like deber and all of this kind of stuff. You get this. Other people go, what's the verb to have to? I have to. Be very clear, people, in language when you refer to have to. I must is a corruption from like Germanic languages into English. Yeah, it's the present tense, I must. The rest of it is to have to. And as Danny will know, having learnt English with phrasal verbs, it's basically you are putting a to on the end of to have, okay? And it makes it about obligation. Yeah, so don't confuse to have, avoir, and to have to, which is like obligation, which is devoir. So später, if I gave you devoir, which is to have to, it's also the French for homework, because you have to do your homework. Fucking brilliant. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so basically devoir. So if I gave you devoir, could you, it's not this, but could you run down what it should be?
Je do, to do,
il
do.
Devoir. So je de.
Je de.
Excuse me. Focus on where Lukey is vibrating. Is he saying devoir? Is he saying du voir? Or is he saying devoir?
Devoir.
Did it perfectly. Guys, go more slowly. I can't do any of your jobs. Go slowly. You're not going to sound stupid. Lock down where you're vibrating. Because otherwise you'll be like, yeah. So devoir. So what's the short form of devoir, Shweta?
De.
There we go. So it should be je de, tu de, il de. What's the bottom?
Il de. Nous devons.
Why are you changing vibration? Why are you moving to
Nous
vibration?
devons.
Thank you.
Nous devons. Vous devez.
Thank you.
Il dev. Il dev.
Vibration. Why are you changing vibration? Il dev.
Il dev. Il dev.
None of those things you've just given me are correct. The nous and the vous, well done. I totally know how hard it is. You want to go da. We're done in 5 minutes, people. This is the last thing we're doing today. So basically, and you've done brilliantly. What we do, more familiar for Danny than for other people, because of Spanish, is we are basically going, do you know what? Je vous. They're like, I'm sure je vous is used somewhere else in French. Oh yeah, we won't use that. We'll change the sound. I'm sure pou sounds a bit shit. Yeah, we'll make it more comfortable. De. I'm sure we use the word de somewhere else in French. So we'll come up with something else. So what we're going to say for I want is je veux. the vowel that Schweiter has just expertly learned. So this is our twist. This is V-E-U-X, by the way, V-E-U-X. Anytime in French you have an E and a U, anytime in French you have an E and a U, it is E. If it's on its own, that's the one difference, that is U. So I have had, j'ai eu. Yeah, but anytime in French you've just got E and U, it's E. So instead of saying Harris, you've just done it. So let's go to Danny. So Danny, instead of saying je vous for I want, how would you say I want? I've just changed it for you. It's going to have the sound instead. So what's I want?
Je veux.
Je veux. Good. What do you want? Top three the same. Top three the same. What do you want?
Tu veux.
Tu veux. Yeah, like and he wants il veut.
Ils vont.
Good. To be very careful. We're not saying vaut, because vaut is to be worth. If you watch adverts in Paris, L'Oréal, parce que je le vaux bien. L'Oréal, because I'm worth it. Yeah, I ain't worth shit, but that's the verb to be worth. So it's not vaut, it's veut. Veut. Copy me, Danny. Veut.
Veut.
Good, lad. So say with me, je veux, tu veux, il veut.
Je veux. Tu veux. Il veut.
That's the first time I've heard personality brought into the class. Good. Get your personality into the language, because it gives you the vowels. That was very good. Let's just be old-fashioned. Harris will get this, Layla will get this, in England, where we're obsessed with I want gets nothing, I would like. It's the same in French. If you say I want to go to the beach, enfin, je veux aller à la plage. If you say I want a coffee, if you say to somebody, it's way nicer to say je voudrais, which is I would like. Let's be very clear. Like, quiero versus, quisiera. It's completely like, So good. So je veux, tu veux, il veut. Now we go back to normal, Danny, on the nous and the vous. Back to normal. The verb was vouloir. So as if it was normal, what is we want? How would it be we want? Just normally what we were doing. So nous voulons.
Nous voulons.
What's the ending for nous? Nous voulons.
On.
Yeah.
Nous voulons.
Voilons ou voulons?
Voulons.
Thank you. You want vous, back to normal, vous.
Vous.
What's the vous one? Vous, what's the ending for vous? Vous voulez.
A.
Yeah, so put it together. Vous voulez.
Vous voulez.
Good. And now the twist, and this is what screws people up. The twist on the nipple is going to happen on the they form as well. But we're still in the bottom three, which, as Danny will not forget, is hard. We've just fakely heard vous, voulant, voulez, voule. Danny, take voule, and instead of the ou, can you change it to the vowel that we've just been using? So not voule, but
Vol.
Vol, well done. Danny, do me the next one. Exactly the same vowel transition on pouvoir, to be able to, poder, okay? So instead of saying je peux, peux in French has got nothing to do with shit. Can I just make that absolutely clear? Puer, je pue, is I stink. Tu pues, but that's a peer. Yeah, that's got, les poux is like head lice. That's lovely, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? So basically, je peux, change the vowel. So not je veux, but it's going to rhyme with it. What's I can? Je peux. Give me the same vowel. Je peux.
Tu peux.
Je peux. Tu peux. Il peut. Back to normal, Danny. The verb was pouvoir. That's our normal. That's our normal. So what would the soft be normally? Pou. What would the hard be normally? Pouv. So what's normally we can? Nous pouvons.
Nous pouvons.
Good lad. Well done. And what's you can plural? Vous pouvez.
Vous pouvez.
That's brilliant. And you want to say ils peuvent, but we now need the twist on the bottom one. Ils peuvent. Let me hear you say it.
Ils peuvent.
Like your old pervert, Luke. So far we've got je veux, tu veux, il veut. Look at my lips. Je veux, tu veux, il veut. Nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils peuvent. Je veux, tu veux. No, shut up, Luke. What the fuck? You've managed to change verbs halfway through. Je veux, tu veux, il veut. Nous voulons, vous voulez, ils veulent. Je peux, tu peux, il peut. Nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils peuvent. And our final bit of fuckery. Schweiter, say for me, je dois. I have to say je dois.
Je dois.
but we're going
Il
to
de.
do je dois,
Je
rhyming
dois.
with moi, like me. Wah, wah. So that means, Shweta, because it's a twister, we twist on everybody but the nous and the vous, which means we have to twist on the they. So see, Shweta, if you can make it all the way down to the bottom. So your original was devoir.
Oh.
Je te, tu te, il te, nous devons, vous devez, il
Vous
te.
devez. De.
See if you can get all the way down, changing number 1, 2, 3, and 6. And this is the last verb we're doing today. So what's I can? Oh, shut up.
I.
What's I have to? Je dois.
Je dois.
Yeah.
Je dois.
Look,
To do.
look. Show off your vowels because they're not bad. Je dois. Make noise.
Je dois.
Don't in the
Je.
neck. Look at me, Shweta. Lukey will push you because I know you want to go hard. I know you want to do really, really well. Don't neglect to use the vibration here and here. Je dois. Your body won't remember it. Your body won't remember it. Okay, Layla, your hair looks amazing. It's distracting me. It just looks so lovely. Off you go. So je dois. Carry on, Shweta.
Je dois. Je dois. Tu dois. Il doit.
Dude, I can't hear any joining. Tu dois.
Tu dois. Okay.
Right
Je
now,
dois.
people, look at me. Right now, this is 2 words. When we start using compound verbs, like literally at the end of week 7, when we literally move on to conversation, I'll be giving you phrasal verbs. The verbs take the piss out of somebody. Se foutre de la gueule de quelqu'un. Yeah, it's like he fucks himself off my face. He takes the piss. Il se fout de ma gueule. Tu te fous de ma gueule. Il se fout de ma gueule. Nous foutons de ma gueule. Vous vous foutez de ma gueule. You're going to need this vowel soft stuff. So I know right now it seems really boring going tu dois versus tu dois, but trust me, where we're going, we need small mouth and vowels, all right? So go again. Je dois, joined
Je
slowly.
dois. Je dois. Tu dois. Tu dois. Il doit. Il doit.
Yeah.
Nous devons.
Good.
Vous devez.
Well done on the vowel. Well done on the vowel. Good job. Il, give me the twist. Il.
Il deve.
Excuse me, what fucking twist did we do in the top 3?
Nous do. Je
Look at Lukey. I take zero pleasure in the fact that because you did it with the wrong technique, you can't remember it. But I take pleasure from the fact that you did the wrong technique and can't remember it. So if you remembered where your vibration was, je dois. Remember your vibration. Do me the top one. Je dois.
Je dois.
Now,
Tu dois.
That's it. Now copy paste that wa and stick it in the bottom. Il doit.
Il doit.
And now give me the
Ils
high.
doivent.
That's it. So
Ils
with all
doivent.
the will in the world, not being mean, do you see what I mean? If you go, you guys won't remember. Before we started working together, vo and ve mean the same, or doit and de mean the same. It's a vowel language. So listen, this is your homework. Soft hard verbs. Group 1, classic soft hard. This means the single soft, plural hard. Just say the soft before you hit something. Don't go to more than the first sound. If you have a cluster like dr, just go to the d. So, for example, vendre, to sell. Je vends, tu vends, il vend. When you watch your homework back, just come to this bit, yeah? By all means, watch the whole session back, but when you just watch your homework back, this is the revision bit. So 1, 2, 3. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Remember 1, 2, 3. So je vends, tu vends, il vend. Nous vendons, vous vendez, ils vendent. Je dors, tu dors, il dort. Nous dormons, vous dormez, ils dorment. Je pars, tu pars, il part. Nous partons, vous partez, ils partent. That was our classic. Then we started to talk about prefixes like entendre. Like it's not strictly like that, but j'entends, tu entends, il entend, nous entendons, vous entendez, ils entendent. Then we went to our second category, which was snake verbs, where Shweta very cleverly told us that we removed the r, the sound r. So finir became fini. We have je finis, tu finis, il finit, nous finissons, fini. So remember the 3 bits, fini, like at the top, fini, then the se, then the en. Nous finissons. Vous finissez, ils finissent. To provide, fournir. Je fournis, tu fournis, il fournit. We got rid of the he. Nous fournissons, vous fournissez, ils fournissent. Then we went to prendres. To take. Prendre. If it rhymes with andre, be careful. Is it prendre family or is it andre family? If it's prendre, P-R-E-N-D-R-E, it's going to go in this bastard. Je prends, tu prends, il prend. Nous prenons, as Danny demonstrated nicely. Vous prenez, ils prennent. Je comprends, tu comprends. Look at my mouth. Look at my mouth, lips forward, lazy mouth. Je comprends, tu comprends, il comprend. Nous comprenons, vous comprenez, ils comprennent. Apprendre, j'apprends, tu apprends, il apprend. Nous apprenons, vous apprenez, ils apprennent. Good. Then we looked at weird and easy, which we have to remember does exactly the same thing as a snake, but we are going to the Z sound, not the S sound. So, and we also had that little tricky business of the diphthong at the beginning. So, conduire, conduit. So, conduit, 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 soft, 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 super fucking piss. Piece of fucking piss. Je conduis, tu conduis, il conduit, nous conduisons, vous conduisez, ils conduisent. Réduit, réduit, réduit. We spent a little bit of time looking at R's. Danny did very well with the R's, which is hard for a Spanish speaker to not go R, but to go R. So that was very good. So, je réduis, tu réduis, il réduit, nous réduisons, vous réduisez, ils réduisent. That was our weird and easy. Then we went to, Schweitzer asked a very good question. She said, well, Luke, what do we do with words like rire or dear or whatever? Yes, so ri, 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 rison, rise, rise, di, 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 disons, dis, dit, dis. We spoke about the the and the v quality of the r verbs. And finally, we looked at twisters. We started looking at verbs where we change the 1, 2, 3, and the 6. Sometimes there's a few where we change the bottom 3, the whole bottom 3. But for the moment, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, and 6. So, je peux, tu peux, il peut, nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils peuvent, from the verb pouvoir. Je veux, tu veux, il veut, nous voulons, vous voulez, ils veulent, from the verb vouloir. Je dois, tu dois, il doit, nous devons, vous devez, ils doivent, from the verb to have to. Other verbs that work similarly in that way would be like, for example, to come. Je viens. The verb is venir. Venir. Veni, vidi, vici. So we come, nous venons. Piece of fucking piss. Vous venez. Piece of piss. Easy. But it's not je veux. It's because we're using je veux. We've just said it. I want. So je viens. Tu viens. Il vient. Nous venons. Vous venez. Ils viennent. Like prennent. So we've got different little things going on. Good. I'd also like you for next week to look at one other thing. Luki, I will send you these as a visual because I don't mind visual on these 3 verbs. The verb to be, the verb to have, and the verb to go. Look at me. The verb to be is a shitstorm of S and E. Yeah, of S and E. Danny, we don't have any crap like estar versus ser. There's one verb. We do. And we don't have any difference between like haber and tener. It's one verb. People think the French make out that French is so fucking hard, but I swear to God, Spanish is way more complicated. We don't have pour versus para. We just have pour. We have so much easy shit. So basically, the verb to be is a combination of S and E. Je suis, tu es, il est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont. The verb to have is j'ai, join, tu as, il a, nous avons, easy, avoir, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont. Notice they have is ils ont with a Z sound, and notice they are is ils sont with an S sound. I will be asking verbs in the week, like we've done this week with all we've done. I'd like you, final thing of the day, to just look at this. I have, j'ai, I go, je vais, adding the V. You have, tu as, you go, tu vas. He has, il a, he goes, il va. We, nous avons, we go, the verb is aller, nous allons. We, you go, you have, vous avez, you go, vous allez. They have, hang on, someone's moving. Don't move your mic, just for one more minute. They have, ils ont, they go, ils vont. So a really good trick to find go is just to add a V sound to what you've had in the have. So I need for next week, Je suis, tu es, il est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont. J'ai, tu as, il a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont. Je vais, tu vas, il va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont. I need those three in addition to what we've done now. And I will stick their spelling in the group when we're done. Good. Well fucking done. You've taken on a lot of shit. Any questions specifically? Obviously, we've got the WhatsApp group. You can ask as many questions as you want. Any questions before I just stop recording? We just relax. Any questions? Okay, bye, Shveta, bye, Shveta. You always miss the social. I'm so sorry. Any questions before of anything that we've done so far that you don't get from any of the groups so far today? No, we all good? Good, right. So let me just stop recording. People at home, if you find this, there's a Kofi link underneath.